Good morning, everyone. Members, please take your seats. Members, please take your seats. All visitors, please retire to the seats outside the rails. I note that the hour has come and that a quorum of this council is present. This city council session is now called to order. I'm asking for all visitors to please put your cell phones on silent and or vibrate. To give our invocation this morning, the chair recognizes Pastor Jose Gonzalez of the Response to Grace Church. He is here today as guest of Councilman Ketty Lozada. I will ask all members and guests to please rise.
Let's pray. Father in heaven, there are no categories to describe how amazing, how powerful, how awesome you are. God, at the mention of your name, God, demons tremble. Father, stars in the universe were formed from the breath of your mouth. You are big, you're massive, you're amazing, God. And God, we are small. We are little. But yet, even though you are above us, yet even though you are beyond us, you choose to be close. You invite us to call you Father. You want a relationship with us in this community. And so, God, we are calling on you in this place. Father, the world is divided. It's full of chaos. It's empty. Families are broken. People are struggling. But God, you have filled this room with game changers. You have filled this room with generational curse breakers. You have filled this room with people who have a desire and passion to make a difference. So God, our prayer this morning is that you would start with us. Our prayer this morning is that you would use the people in this room, God. That you would empower the people in this room, God. That you would give us eyes to see people the way you see. That, Father, you would break our hearts for the things that break yours. Father, that you would use us powerfully to change this city, to love on people and do right by people. God, give us wisdom not to do what's right in our own eyes. Give us wisdom to discern how to do right by people on your terms, God. Father, I pray that you would give us an unshakable confidence for those who are weary and tired of trying to make a difference and are struggling and are feeling the system push back. God, I pray that you would kindle the fire that nobody could put out. Father, that you would open doors that nobody would close. That you would use the people in this room, Father, to restore this community. That when people enter this city, they wouldn't see a people full of violence and divided, but that they would see a community of people who are different. Because our differences make us mirror your image. God, I pray that you would use the people in this room to see serving not as an inconvenience, but to see serving as an opportunity. That we will look at problems as opportunities to make a difference, to be a blessing. So God, we pray that you would start with us, that you would set that fire, that you would set this room ablaze with these people, set our hearts ablaze, God, to do right by each other and to see others the way that you see us. We thank you for being our God, and we pray that the city of Philly, God, when people walk in this place, that it wouldn't just be a place that's full of chaos, disorder, and void, but that it would be a place where heaven and earth overlap. That you would start with this people, this community, right here, right now. We ask all this in Jesus' powerful name. And the people say, amen.
Amen.
God bless you all.
The chair thanks the pastor for the invocation. Council will now be at ease. What's going on? Excellent. Oh, it is a good day. Ospendale? The next order of business is the approval of the journal of the meeting of Thursday, April the 16th, 2026. The chair recognizes Majority Deputy Whip Councilmember Cindy Bass.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the journal of the meeting of Thursday, April 16, 2026 be approved.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the journal of the meeting of Thursday, April the 16th, 2026 stand approved. All those in favor will indicate by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the journal is approved. The next order of business is request for leave of absence, and the chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the majority, there are no requests for leave of absence today.
The chair thanks the Majority Leader. The chair recognizes Minority Leader Councilmember Kendra Brooks.
Good morning, Council President. On behalf of the minority, there are no requests for leaves of absence today.
The chair thanks the Minority Leader. Thank you very much. The chair now recognizes Councilmember Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion concerning certain legislative matters that may arise during the course of today's session of council and that were not listed on the calendar circulated prior to today's council session.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that any of the following matters, if considered today, may be added to the agenda for this session of council and as required by law, subsequently published on an amended agenda after the consideration of those matters. Resolutions authorizing hearings, amendments to bills on first reading, the reconsideration of a bill vetoed by or recalled from the mayor, amendments to bills recalled from the mayor, resolutions taking substantive action to be voted on in this session, a motion to withdraw a bill or resolution that is not on the calendar, and a motion placing a bill or resolution on or returning a bill or resolution from the suspension calendar that is not listed on today's calendar. The purpose of this motion is to provide the public with notice concerning possible actions by council that arose too late to be included on the calendar that was published prior to today's session.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the legislative matters stated by Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson may be added to the agenda for today should those matters arise during the course of this session of council. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. The chair will dispense with the regular order of business to recognize the guests and visitors joining us in council chambers today. On behalf of all members of City Council, I welcome you to our council session. We appreciate you taking the time to join us as we attend the legislative affairs of our great city. We certainly invite you to come again. The chair recognizes Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, I would like to welcome to our chambers my son, Parker, who is here with us on Bring Your Child to Work Day.
Welcome.
Wave high, buddy, wave. Don't get all shy.
Welcome to City Council. The chair recognizes Councilmember Cindy Bass.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I want to welcome, and I'm proud to do so, Chestnut Hill College and its Political Science Department, here in the balcony, I believe, to council chambers. Welcome. And we will be introducing a resolution that the students helped to edit, and several of them will be speaking during public comment. And we also recognize Dr. Jeffrey Carroll, whose historic leadership as the first person of color to lead the Pennsylvania Political Science Administration marks a meaningful step forward in this field. His work reflects the very best of this institution and inspires the next generation. And thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you all.
Welcome. As there are no presentations today, the next order of business is communications. The chair requests that the Sergeant at Arms deliver the messages from the mayor to the chief clerk. Will the chief clerk please read the messages from the mayor and any other communications in her possession? Council will be at ease for 1 second. Chief clerk, just going to ask if you are visiting our council chambers today, could you please take all sidebar conversations out of the council chambers? Council will resume.
To the President and members of the Council of the City of Philadelphia, I am transmitting for the consideration of your honorable body a resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 5123, 5125, 5127, and 5129 Baltimore Avenue, located in the 3rd Council District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 5103 Chester Avenue, located in the 3rd Councilmatic District, in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 1425 South Paxton Street in the 3rd Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer to the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 214 Hermit Street in the 4th Councilmatic District of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer to the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 1707 Ridge Avenue, located in the 5th Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 3001 and 3003 North 10th Street, located in the 5th Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 1800, 1818, 1862 North 23rd Street, 1802, 1806, 1808, 1810, 1820, 1828, 1845, 1848, 1852 North 24th Street, 1801, 1813, 1837, 1855, 1868 North Bucknell Street, 1800, 1814, 1858 Judson Street, 2318, 2326, 2330, 2332, 2334, and 2336 West Montgomery Avenue, located in the 5th Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code. And a resolution extending approval of the 2025 through 2026 Housing Opportunities Made Easy Home Program Annual Program Statement and Budget, which addresses expenditures by various agencies in the first year of the home program to constitute approval of spending in fiscal year 2027 pursuant to that same program statement and budget. And to the President and members of the Council of the City of Philadelphia, I am pleased to advise you that on April 16, 2026, I signed the following bill, which was passed by Council at its session on April 16, 2026, Bill number 260263. And that pursuant to sections 4-604 and 2-307 of the Home Rule Charter, I am today transmitting to Council the recommendation of the City Planning Commission on the following bill. Bill number 260242. The Commission voted to extend its review 45 additional days on the following bills. Bill number 260238 and 260239. There are no further communications in my possession, Council President.
Thank you very much. The messages will be printed in the journal. The next order of business is introduction of bills and resolutions. The chair recognizes Councilmember Dr. Anthony Phillips.
Good morning, Council President, and good morning to all of the wonderful residents who are here today. I have 2 bills for introduction today.
Thank you very much. Will the Chief Clerk please read the title of the bills?
An ordinance establishing parking regulations in the vicinity of Lawrence Street between Tabor Road and Olney Avenue, Spark Street between Front Street and Masher Street.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Section 14-500 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Overlay Zoning Districts by amending Section 14-520 entitled 9th District Overlay District by making technical changes all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee. The chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Council President. Today I offer one privileged resolution on behalf of the entire city of Philadelphia and one bill on your behalf.
Thank you very much. Would the chief clerk please read the title of the bill and resolutions?
An ordinance amending Section 10-710 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Dumping of Debris and Short Dumping to change the standard for determining violations all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing Reverend Dr. Lorena Marshall Blake on her retirement and lasting impact she has made on the city of Philadelphia.
Very fitting acknowledgement. Welcome to City Council today, Dr. Lorena Marshall Blake. This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilmember Isaiah Thomas.
Good morning, Council President. Nothing today. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Councilwoman Jamie Gaultier.
Good morning, Council President. Today I have 4 non-privileged resolutions and 3 bills, one on your behalf.
Thank you very much. Would the chief clerk please read the resolutions and the bills?
An ordinance amending Title 14 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Zoning and Planning by adding a new chapter to require specific permit applicants to provide notice of the presence of particular murals on the property to the Department of Licenses and Inspection, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance naming and designating 60th and Baltimore Park, located at 5961 Baltimore Avenue, as Tyrone Cakes Sims Park.
That's one of my mentors. Good job. This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance authorizing various encroachments in the vicinity of 2955 Market Street, Philadelphia, PA 19104, under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 1425 South Paxton Street in the 3rd Councilmatic District of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer to the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 5123, 5125, 5127, and 5129 Baltimore Avenue, located in the 3rd Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 5103 Chester Avenue, located in the 3rd Councilmatic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution urging the United States Congress and the Trump administration to provide comprehensive fertility care, including in vitro fertilization, IVF, under TRICARE in the National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones, Jr.
Good morning, Mr. President, colleagues, and the viewing public. Today I offer one bill and one non-privileged resolution.
Thank you very much. Would the chief clerk please read the title of the bill and resolution?
An ordinance establishing a parking regulation on Acorn Street between Hazelwood Lane and Ridge Avenue, Martin Street between Mitchell Street and Peachin Street, North 66th Street between Haverford Avenue and Media Street, Rector Street between Manayunk Avenue and Terrace Street, Lawton Street between Fountain Street and Gorgas Lane, Scotts Lane between Ridge Avenue, and 3540 Scotts Lane, Trestle.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Commissioner of Public Property to execute and deliver to the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority deeds conveying fee simple title to 214 Hermit Street in the 4th Councilmanic District of the City of Philadelphia, and further authorizing the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority to transfer to the Philadelphia Land Bank fee simple title to such properties pursuant to Section 16-405 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilman Rue Landau.
Good morning, Council President, colleagues, and the public. It is a great day today. Today I have 2 privileged resolutions and 2 bills and 1 privileged resolution on your behalf.
Thank you very much. The Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bills and resolutions.
An ordinance authorizing the Chief Information Officer on behalf of the city to enter into a multi-year agreement to purchase licenses for email, cloud services, enterprise software, data services, security software, and other related computing products and services under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance authorizing the Chief Information Officer on behalf of the city to enter into a multi-year agreement to purchase support for mainframe and database software protocols and applications under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a non-privileged resolution confirming the appointment of the Honorable Ida C. Fox as a member of the Board of Ethics to serve in the term ending November 16th, 2030.
This resolution will be referred to the appropriate committee.
A privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Earl D. Fowlks, Jr. during the week of Philadelphia Black Pride for his incredible and visionary leadership dedicated to service to the Black LGBTQ+ movement.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Arab American Heritage Month and celebrating the heritage, culture, and contributions of Arab Americans in the city of Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. The chair recognizes Councilman Ketchel-Lozada.
Thank you, Council President. Good morning, everyone. I have nothing today.
Thank you very much. The chair recognizes Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young, Jr.
Good morning, Mr. President. Today I offer 4 bills, 1 on your behalf, 1 privileged resolution, and 3 non-privileged resolutions.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bills and resolutions.
An ordinance amending Chapter 19-4600 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Low-Income Tax Provisions to extend the low-income tax provision to trusts that own property for the benefit of a natural person, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Chapter 19-2900 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Senior Citizen Low-Income Special Tax Provisions to extend the tax provision to trusts that own property for the benefit of a natural person, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Chapter 19-3900 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Tax Exemptions for Longtime Owner Occupants of Residential Properties to extend the tax provision to trusts that own property for the benefit of a natural person, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Chapter 9-200 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Commercial Activities on Streets to make certain changes to permissible location for farmers markets, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Second Chance Month in the city of Philadelphia and honoring the work of reentry professionals, community organizations, employers, advocates, families, and returning citizens who strengthen the city by supporting successful reentry.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
and a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 3001 and 3003 North 10th Street located in the 5th Councilmanic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at our next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 1800, 1818, 1862 North 23rd Street, 1802, 1806, 1808, 1810, 1820, 1828, 1845, 1848, 1852 North 24th Street, 1801, 1813, 1837, 1855, 1868 North Bucknell Street, 1800, 1814, 1858 Judson Street, 2318, 2326, 2330, 2332, 2334, 2336 West Montgomery Avenue, located in the 5th Councilmanic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at our next session of council.
And a non-privileged resolution authorizing the Philadelphia Land Bank to dispose of 1707 Ridge Avenue, located in the 5th Councilmanic District in accordance with the terms of Chapter 16-700 of the Philadelphia Code.
This resolution will be placed on the final passage calendar for consideration at the next session of council. Chair recognizes Councilman Kendra Brooks.
Council President, I have one resolution privilege to introduce today.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring Philly Black Pride for its ongoing work to center and support the Black LGBTQ+ community and recognizing Monday, April 20th through Sunday, April 26th as Philly Black Pride Week in the city of Philadelphia.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilman Jim Harity.
Thank you, Council President. Good morning, everybody. I have nothing today.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilman Nicholas O'Rourke.
Good morning, Council President. Good morning, Philadelphians all. Nothing today.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mike Driscoll.
Good morning, Mr. President. I have 5 bills on your behalf and 2 privileged resolutions.
Thank you very much, sir. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bills and resolutions.
An ordinance amending Title IV of the Philadelphia Code entitled the Philadelphia Building Construction and Occupancy Code by amending Subcode M, the Philadelphia Mechanical Code, and adopting the 2021 edition of the International Mechanical Code as published by the International Code Council with amendments thereto as authorized by the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code Act, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Title IV of the Philadelphia Code entitled the Philadelphia Building Construction and Occupancy Code by amending Subcode G, the Philadelphia Fuel Gas Code, Subcode PC, the Philadelphia Performance Code for Buildings and Facilities, and Subcode EB, the Philadelphia Existing Building Code, and adopting the 2021 editions of the International Fuel Gas Code, Performance Code for Buildings and Facilities, and International Existing Building Code as published by the International Code Council with amendments thereto as authorized by the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code Act, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Subcode A, the Philadelphia Administrative Code of Title IV of the Philadelphia Code, the Building Construction and Occupancy Code, by revising and clarifying certain provisions, making corrections for compliance with the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code Act, and making technical changes, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And an ordinance amending Title IV of the Philadelphia Code entitled the Philadelphia Building Construction and Occupancy Code by amending Subcode B, the Philadelphia Building Code, and adopting the 2021 edition of the International Building Code as published by the International Code Council with various amendments thereto as authorized by the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code Act, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
An ordinance amending Title IV of the Philadelphia Code entitled the Philadelphia Building Construction and Occupancy Code by amending Subcode R, the Philadelphia Residential Code, and adopting the 2021 edition of the International Residential Code as published by the International Code Council with amendments thereto as authorized by the Pennsylvania Uniform Construction Code Act, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution recognizing May 2026 as Dual Asian American Pacific Islander and Jewish American Heritage Month in Philadelphia in recognition of America 250, celebrating the rich history, interwoven stories, and significant contributions made by generations of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders and Jewish Americans to our nation, Commonwealth, and city.
This resolution will be placed on the day's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Sam Rhodes on his retirement after 31 years of distinguished service to PIDC, Philadelphia's Public-Private Economic Development Corporation, and recognizing his transformative impact on the city's economic landscape.
This resolution will be placed on the day's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilmember Brian O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no bills or resolutions.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla.
Thank you, Mr. President. No bills or resolutions.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Cindy Bass.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll offer 2 privileged resolutions and 1 bill.
Thank you very much. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill and resolutions.
An ordinance amending Title IX of the Philadelphia Code entitled Regulation of Businesses, Trades, and Professions by adding provisions prohibiting retail establishments from rounding transaction totals upward when a customer tenders cash without exact coinage and requiring rounding downward to the nearest 5-cent increment, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill will be referred to the appropriate committee.
And a privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Chestnut Hill College and its political science department for their commitment to academic excellence, diversity, civic engagement, and the advancement of future leaders, and further recognizing Dr. Jeffrey Carroll for his historic leadership in the field of political science.
This resolution will be placed on today's final passage calendar.
And a privileged resolution supporting the City of Philadelphia's participation in Birdtown, Pennsylvania, and promoting sustainable conservation initiatives in the city, and committing to community-based conservation initiatives to protect birds, wildlife, and the environment.
Gotta love Philly. This resolution will be placed on the day's final passage calendar. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. No bills or resolutions today.
Thank you very much. The next order of business is reports from committees. The chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a report from the Committee on Appropriations.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Committee on Appropriation reports 3 bills with a favorable recommendation.
Chief Clerk, could you please read the report?
The Committee on Appropriations, to which were referred the following bills. Bill number 260213, an ordinance to amend Bill number 250198, approved June 13th, 2025, entitled An Ordinance to Adopt a Capital Program for the 6 fiscal years, 2026 through 2031 inclusive, by revising various appropriation amounts and totals, all under certain terms and conditions. Bill number 260214, an ordinance to amend Bill number 250197, approved June 13th, 2025, entitled An Ordinance to Adopt a Fiscal 2026 Capital Budget by revising various appropriation amounts and totals, all under certain terms and conditions, respectfully reports it has considered the same and returns the attached bills to council with a favorable recommendation. And Bill number 260215, an ordinance authorizing transfers and appropriations for fiscal year 2026 from the General Fund, the Water Fund, the Transportation Fund, and the Grants Revenue Fund, all from certain or all city offices, departments, boards, and commissions, to the General Fund, the Water Fund, the Special Gasoline Tax Fund, the Grants Revenue Fund, the Aviation Fund, the Acute Care Hospital Fund, and the Transportation Fund, all to certain or all city offices, departments, boards, and commissions, respectfully reports it has considered and amended the same, and returns the attached bill to council with a favorable recommendation. There are no further bills to report out from the Committee on Appropriations, Council President.
Thank you very much. The chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the rules of council be suspended to put the first reading this day of the bills just read into the record by the Chief Clerk.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the rules of council be suspended so as to permit the consideration of these bills just read by the Chief Clerk at today's session of council. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries, and these bills will be placed on our first reading calendar for today. The next order of business is the consideration of the calendar. I note that the bills just reported from committees with the suspension of rules have been deemed to have had a first reading. These bills will be placed on the second reading and final passage calendar for the next session of council. The chair recognizes Councilmember Mark Squilla for a motion regarding Bill number 260215, just reported out of committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the rules of council be suspended as to permit an amendment to Bill number 260215.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the rules of council be suspended so as to permit the consideration of an amendment to Bill number 260215 at this time. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it and the motion carries. The chair recognizes Councilmember Mark Squilla again.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to offer an amendment to Bill number 260215. A copy of the amendment has been circulated to all members of council. I move for the adoption of the amendment.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the amendment to Bill number 260215 be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it, and the bill has been amended. This bill will be placed on the second reading and final passage calendar for our next session of council. As there are no additional bills on the first reading calendar, the chair recognizes Majority Leader Catherine Gilmore Richardson for a motion concerning the bills and resolutions on a second reading and final passage calendar.
Thank you, Mr. President. The following bills and resolutions are being called up from the second reading and final passage calendars today. Numbers 260253, 260254, 260255, 260256, 260353, 260354, 260355, 260356, 260357, 260362, 250329-AA, 250330-AA, 260056, 260057, 260058, 260059, 260060, 260061, 260062, and 260295. The following bills and resolutions on the calendar are being held: 250768 and 250807.
Good job, Majority Leader. Before considering these bills and resolutions, we will consider public comment as follows. Your public comment must concern matters on the second reading and final passage calendar for possible action at today's council session. All speakers must sign up in order to testify. If you have not already signed up before today's council session, please do so now by giving your name to Ms. Hassan, seated in the hallway outside of room 496. Once you have signed up, you will be called in the order in which your name appears on the sign-up sheet. Under ideal circumstances, public comments each will have up to 3 minutes to speak. However, this time limit may vary from session to session. Today, due to the repetitious public comment, the time limit will be 1 minute. In order to be fair to all those wishing to speak, I intend to hold faithfully to the 1 minute limit. When you begin speaking, you will see a green light on the podium. When there are 30 seconds remaining to your time, the light will turn yellow, which is your remainder to conclude your remarks. Once 1 minute has passed, the light will turn red, and the sergeant at arms will disconnect your microphone. Please do not get mad at Lopez. He's just doing his job. At that point, please yield to the podium to the next speaker if you have not already done so. I also reserve the right pursuant to our rules of City Council to limit repetitious comments on the same subject matter. I will now ask the Chief Clerk to please read the name of our first speaker.
Maymo Rushdie, Carmen Maria, Halcyon Joseph, Reverend Gregory Holston, Ryan Spack, Simon Radecki, Jeremy Blatstein, William Small, John McCauley, and Stephen Bronskill please make your way to the podium.
Floor is yours, sir.
Good morning, Council President, Council members. Let me start by first saying that the BIA and
Council will be at ease just for 1 second. All visitors, we welcome you to City Council as we do our business, the People's House. All I'm asking is if you can take your side conversations just out of the council chambers. It's very, very hard to hear up here when people are speaking on the floor. The floor is yours, sir. Please begin your testimony.
I wanted to start by first saying that the BIA and Council Member O'Rourke have had policy differences in general when it comes to execution. But without a doubt, we had an alignment in intent. Over the last 30 to 60 days, Councilman O'Rourke has engaged in good faith along his aide, specifically Kate Underwood, with multiple stakeholders to address concerns of housing providers when it comes to unintended consequences of well-intentioned language in these bills. So I thank you, Councilman, for this, and I thank Council President for always standing at an equal distance from different stakeholders that have different interests and encouraging dialogue to reach a place where everyone is okay and not necessarily getting all that they want. Last week's amendments maintained the bill's legislative intent while allowing housing providers some flexibility and thus not discouraging desperately needed housing in the city. My testimony today does not offer a blanket support or opposition, but rather an opportunity to explain how the BIA changed its position from a strong opposition to supporting the bills when they got amended with much of the BIA and other concerns. Pending appeals of certain taxes, liens, fines, and fees resulting in outstanding balances will not be deemed non-compliant. Housing provider will not be deemed non-compliant in case of violation that leads to fees underlying condition that was not issued under Title IV. Whereas the outstanding balance is the sole reason preventing the license from being issued or renewed. The owner filed a timely administrative or judicial appeal of the violation or tax clearance determination as applicable. 5, that the owner has not failed to take any required interim corrective actions within the owner control. That for a renewal of rental license, an owner shall not be deemed non-compliant for purposes of this section solely for failure to timely renew a rental license during 15 days. Over time, there is other changes as well. The bill started with good intent, but with unintended consequences. I'm in support of this bill, so I'm just explaining how we got there. I'm on your side.
Mr. Mo Rush,
so we are housing providers that want to support our tenants and residents and do not want to see bad housing providers protected. And so the BIA thanks Council Member O'Rourke. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Good morning. My name is Nicole, and I'm reading on behalf of one of our members who's here today, but because of safety concerns isn't speaking. I'm a proud resident of Philadelphia and originally from Guatemala. I work as a house cleaner, and I'm a member leader with the National Domestic Workers Alliance. I'm here to strongly support both the ICE outlaws and safe, healthy homes. The increase in immigration enforcement spreads fear and devastates our communities. The fear is felt in everyday life, in the park, library, church, at our children's school. The increase in deportations also results in more workplace abuses. Some employers take advantage of the situation to threaten workers. Workers speak out less now, report fewer abuses, and demand their rights less. I also want to highlight the current hunger strike at Moshannon Detention Center in Pennsylvania, where 100 detained immigrants are protesting horrible treatment and several deaths. Detained immigrants in Philadelphia are frequently sent to these conditions in Moshannon. We fight to protect our communities from these private prisons who earn money off of our suffering. Lastly, I urge you to pass the Safe, Healthy Homes Act. Landlords in this city treat renters horribly and in many cases keep housing conditions poor because of our immigration status. Renter justice is immigrant justice. We need to vote yes on both.
Excuse me, could you just say your name for the record?
My name is Nicole Kligerman, and I am reading on behalf of one of our members who, because of safety concerns about what's happening in this room right now, isn't herself speaking.
Thank you very much.
council members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Halcyon Joseph. I'm a member of the National Domestic Workers Alliance. I've been a professional geriatric care provider for many years. I've migrated from the Caribbean of the countries of Trinidad and Tobago. I like taking care of people who need real care, like elderly and kids. We need the voices, eyes, hands-on, seniors and babes. The work that we do is invaluable and supports all aspects of society. I'm here today as an immigrant, a worker, and an advocate for the communities I care deeply about to ask the support of both ICE-out policies and safe, healthy legislation. I ask you to vote yes to the full ICE-out package because it's unfair how the government is treating us. We're all here for the same reasons, to live on earth in peace. They are also abrasive and deporting people who have had a bill here. To uncheck presence of ICE, break families apart. It gives me first-hand trail anxiety and even PTSD to the fear of living in deep fear. They are known and never know from moment to moment.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
My name is Reverend Gregory Holston, Executive Director of Just Nation, in here supporting both ICE out legislation and Safe Healthy Homes. I know I only got a minute.
Yep.
We're here today because everyone deserves to be safe in their home. That's the through line. That's the moral line. But in our city, the promise is being broken in two ways. When I think of the people I pastor, the African immigrants, the Haitian immigrants, the Jamaican immigrants, who live in fear that a knock on the door will take away that ICE could turn their home into a place of terror, I'm concerned that we need to do something. At the same time, when families are living in homes that are unsafe and unhealthy, mold, lead, broken, heat, so even ICE, when not knocking, is knocking, the home itself is harming the people that inside of it, we need to stand up against that. The simple principle that puts all of these laws together into one thing is the simple scriptural principle, love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. So as we stand up together and we fight together and we believe together and we hope together and we dream together, let that principle stand over and over again. Love your neighbor as yourself, and we can transform this city for everyone.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Spack. I want to thank the body for allowing me to come and speak with you this morning. I want to thank Councilmember O'Rourke and his staff for the conversations and for amending this legislation and ensuring that state law is reiterated within this council body. I want to thank Councilmember Rue Landau for the conversations that we had regarding this legislation. I am here in support of the Safe and Healthy Homes Act. As a housing provider for the last 15 years, my company has felt that it is a moral obligation for the residents that live within our buildings for us to provide a safe and healthy home no matter what. Period. However, I do want to stress to this legislative body, as I have before, I appreciate your effort and the moral compass that is pointed in the direction. However, every piece of legislation is being passed within a vacuum with no solution attached to it to other problems we know exist. Please, 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 please keep that in mind as you continue to fight for the rights of the City of Philadelphia. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Simon. I'm glad to be a resident of Philadelphia and was lucky enough to be born and raised in Minnesota in a small Minneapolis suburb called St. Anthony Village. The reason people here are all familiar with that town, if they are at all, is because it was where a black man named Philando Castillo was murdered by police in 2016. He was murdered 1 year after Jamar Clark, 2 years before Thurman Blevins, and 4 years before George Floyd, all in Minneapolis. The response of the people in Minneapolis to ICE's terror campaign this winter was the result of continued organizing, relationship building, and solidarity led and built by Black and brown people through years of combating injustices from voter ID and state-sanctioned murders. I just want to take a moment of solidarity to recognize those people. ICE has existed as a weapon of race-based terror since its inception, targeting Muslim and immigrant populations with similar tactics to those seen today. The reality is they've been using children as hostages in immigration hearings and tools of entrapment for decades. Sorry, I wrote for a lot more minutes. You have an opportunity today to make the direction clear for Philadelphia, the next city, and those after that. Vote yes with the power of the citizens have loaned you, because that's the thing about power in this country. One way or another, someone will come to collect.
We have Jeremy Bladstein, William Small, John McCauley, Stephen Bronskill, Lisa Volta Zaloom, David Alexander Jenkins, Jackie Zanieri, Lynn Landis, and Robert Archanak please make your way to the podium.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Bladstein. I'm here in support of the Safe Healthy Homes bills. In theory, it's exactly what the city of Philadelphia needs, right? We need to hold bad landlords accountable. The thing that I do want to stress is the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office and the eviction process. That needs to improve. It cannot be taking so long because it's impacting everybody. So as long as this legislation goes forward and there's work to be done on the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office, this is a good bill. But if there's not improvements in the Philadelphia Sheriff's Office, the whole thing's gonna crumble and you're gonna hurt really small mom and pop landlords. And that's the thing that that's the thing that needs to be kept in mind, is making sure the people with 2 to 4 units have the support and the help to get through this new legislation. And the last but not least, we're talking about SIP. We know it's important, fund it, ride the ride, grow Philly to 2 milli, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is William Small, candidate for U.S. Congress in Pennsylvania's 3rd District. Today, I stand here in opposition in every bill, ordinance in this agenda, but not out of disrespect, out of principle. I know everybody heard what Mayor Cheryl Parker said this weekend. How dare you? She called out 1.8 million people in Philadelphia. She doesn't think she's the mayor. She thinks she's the damn queen.
Excuse me, sir, could you speak on...
It's tax after tax.
Sir, could you speak on the bill? Speak on the bill.
After tax.
Which specific bill are you speaking on?
We're the highest tax city in the United States.
Excuse me, sir. We understand you running for office. If you could speak on the bill, you okay. Right now, you can. Have a good day, sir. Me too, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Could you please call the next speaker, please?
We have John McCauley, Stephen Bronskill, Lisa Volta Zaloom, David Alexander Jenkins, Jackie Zanieri, Lynn Landis, and Robert Archanak.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Alante McCauley. I'm with a grassroots organization called Flip Philly Red. We're here to offer you something different because you've been voting Democrat for the mayor's office for the past 70 years. In regard to these ICE out bills, they have statistics coming out of the country of Sweden that says because of their open border policies, that 1 out of every 4 women can be expected to be raped. These are things that I think as city council make it difficult for ICE to find.
Listen up, everyone.
I need time back
Listen
on the
up.
clock.
Listen up. Listen
I need
up.
my minute back.
Listen up.
No, I need my minute back. No. They
Listen
interrupted
up.
me. I need my minute back.
Excuse me, sir. I'm actually running this, so let me handle
Are
this.
you?
Let me handle this how I need to handle this.
Thank you.
You know what, then? Call on the next speaker, please.
How you gonna do that?
Call on the next speaker, please.
Stephen Bronskill,
Call on the next speaker.
Stephen
I believe in
Bronskill.
the right of freedom of speech, but not disrespect. Not disrespect, sir. Please call on the next speaker.
Stephen Bronskill. Lisa Volta Zaloom, David Alexander Jenkins, Jackie Zaneri, Lynn Landis, and Robert R.
Thank you very much. Please call the next speaker. Now let that run viral.
Good morning, council members.
Please begin, ma'am.
All right, we're good?
Please begin, ma'am.
All right, good morning,
Please
council
begin,
members.
ma'am.
My name is Lisa Volta Zaloom, and I'm speaking in support of Council Member Rue Landau's resolution declaring April as Arab American Heritage Month. I'm here today as the Executive Director of Al Bustan Seeds of Culture. Al Bustan is a nonprofit organization dedicated to showcasing and cultivating the beauty and diversity of Arab culture through the arts, but also I'm here as the grandchild of a young Syrian woman who came to this country with her language, sharp wit, hope, and love of life. Her story is one of millions that begin right here in Philadelphia. In anticipation of the semi-quincentennial, Al Bustan began researching a largely overlooked part of Philadelphia's Arab history. When Philadelphia hosted the 1876 Centennial Exhibition in Fairmount Park, over 1,600 Arab traders and artisans made the journey to this country to celebrate America's 100th birthday. Arab culture was on full display: Egyptian, Syrian, Algerian bazaars, and a Moroccan building. Fast forward 2002, Al Bustan was founded in the wake of 9/11, when gross stereotypes were created and about Arab people. And thank you so much.
Mr. President, David Alexander Jenkins, when I walked into chamber this morning and the sound of all the things you are, that jazz band out in the hallway, and I looked around at my brothers and sisters of love here with the signage all around me of inevitable rights, human hope, dignity, safety, refuge, I was invigorated with the kind of energy that was so palpable that I was suddenly reminded of why I come to this podium week after week, year after year. I come like you to celebrate, defend, and protect all the things we are. I was prepared to come before you to impress upon you with moral clarity and resolve my resounding support for the ISOT legislation before you, which upholds the moral imperative against state violence. I was prepared to come you in the fierce defense of Member O'Rourke's amendments through its lens of inclusivity, dignity, and a shared responsibility to humanity. And I was prepared to come before you in gratitude for Member Brooks's enshrinement and space held for the LGBTQ and Black communities, and for the body's dedication to holding vital space of intersectionality and visibility. But when that reverend took to the dais, I was reminded of Kurt Franklin's, "I've been through the fire and I've been through the flood. I've been broken in two pieces and seen lightning from above. And through it all, we remember that he loves us and he cares, and he'll never put more on us than we can bear."
I know that's right.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Zaneri, and I'm a supervising attorney in the Housing Justice team at Senior Law Center. Thank you for the opportunity to again voice our strong support of Bills 250-329AA and 250-330AA, the Safe Healthy Homes Act. Senior Law Center seeks justice for older adults using the power of the law, educating community, and advocating at the local, state, and national levels. We provide free legal assistance to thousands of older people each year, including tenants facing housing crisis and older homeowners. We support these bills because they're aimed at common serious issues that older tenants are facing in Philadelphia. We regularly meet with and represent tenants who are being evicted out of properties with serious open code violations or that contain uninhabitable conditions that tenants are fearful of reporting because of the threat of eviction. These laws provide basic legal protections that all tenants deserve, and that would prevent the worst landlord behavior and these dangerous living conditions. We urge you to pass these bills. Thank you.
May Lynn Landis, Robert Archanak, Earl Fowlks, Justin Opong, Chloe Youngblood, Jeffrey Carroll, Seneca Grant, Melissa Montz, Layla Moreno, and Queen Judith Robinson please make your way to the podium.
Do I start now? Do you want me to start?
Good morning. I'm Lynn Landis of Philly's Republican Network. We oppose Bill 260056 and related bills aimed at undermining federal immigration enforcement because it is essentially an invitation for more illegal immigrants, criminal cartels, and foreign enemies from across the nation and around the world to come to Philadelphia, a city with one of the highest rates of poverty, crime, illiteracy, unemployment, and taxes in the country, and who already has over 75,000 illegal immigrants. The principal job of any government is to manage people and resources, which is why all nations have borders and immigration laws. Over 8 billion people live on our planet. 340 million live in the United States, including tens of millions of illegal immigrants. In addition, 60 to 80 million visitors come to the U.S. every year. Undermining ICE will tempt many of these people to come to Philadelphia to live here illegally. It is City Council's job.
Listen up, everyone.
Just a second. Just one second. It is City Council's job to protect Philadelphians, not illegal aliens. Please vote no to undermining ICE. Thank you.
Time out. Council at ease. Time out. Council at ease. I just want to do some rules for the day. And this is a democracy. All I ask is we just be respectful, regardless if you agree with a person's position or not agree with a person's position, just for the sake of us conducting business today. 1 second, sir. That she gave her opinion. Opinion is different than hate speech. I'm black and African American. I know what hate speech is. So all I'm just saying, a person comes, they want to give their opinion, whether you support it or not support it. Let's just be respectful of one another as human beings, just for the day. So, go ahead, sir. Sure. Go ahead, young lady.
Okay. My name is Melissa Mons, and I want to speak to, give my testimony on behalf of Teresa Howell and Eden Gibson, who are ill today and were not able to be here and have been in this fight with us for 6 years. I know when I feel what it feels like to hear no at every stage of life. No mental health support growing up in a dysfunctional home, no real help as a struggling single mother. Believing I had no other options, I signed my 3 children over to the state of Oklahoma, hoping to get help and return for them. That did not happen. Today, all 3 of my children carry that no. All 3 have jail records, 2 of them are felons, and 1 felon is still incarcerated. And now, I see the same pattern here. Our children becoming collateral damage of policy decisions. No quality education because schools close. No livable wages when corporate taxes are being cut. No relief for small businesses with the BERT tax being removed and shrinking household incomes. No stability in families living in fear of being disappeared by masked, armed, unidentified men, which is why I support the ICE out bills. And now, safe, healthy homes are being questioned, even after a child like Janae Campbell died from mold exposure. At some point, we have to tell the truth. When every system says no, people stop believing in the system. And when young people stop believing in systems, they don't just disappear, they create their own outcomes. So I will say this plainly. Let our children hear today, yes to safe, healthy homes, and yes to ICE out, or be prepared for the consequences of a city that continues to say no. You go, girl.
Hi, my name is Robert Karshnak, and I'm a member of the Delaware Valley Ornithological Club.
Could you speak into the microphone, sir?
Sure, sorry. My name is Robert Karshnak, and I'm a member of the Delaware Valley Ornithological Club. I serve as co-chair of its conservation committee, member of its governing council, and a birding guide at FDR Park. I'm speaking in support of the Bird Town Resolution. Birds are in trouble. Back in 2019, a report was released that found roughly 3 billion birds have been lost in North America. And just last year, the 2025 State of the Birds report highlighted this tragic reality of bird population decline, with the Mid-Atlantic region being of particular concern. We know conservation works, but we need it to be comprehensive. Philly sits along the Atlantic Flyway, a critical part of bird migration, and provides crucial stopover habitat. Initiatives like Bird Safe Philly and Lights Out have formed to counter some of the most dangerous obstacles facing birds on this epic journey. It's vitally important to bridge the gap of what is considered the natural world. Too often, the thought is that nature exists outside the urban, suburban areas. In Cordon-Off Park, okay, well, go birds.
Take your time.
My name is Earl D. Folks Jr., and I'm here to speak to my resolution. I'm a native Philadelphian, was born and raised at 26 in Allegheny, and what's happening here is what I learned to do around the world. Negotiate conflicting points of view to come out to a resolution that everyone can live with. And I've been representing the LGBTQ community for the last 35, 40 years around the world, and I will continue to do so. I would say one thing, I have one little gift that I can give to Philadelphia. I'm a member of the Democratic National Committee. I've been an at-large member for the last 5 terms. I'm going to advocate Philadelphia become the convention for the Democratic Party in 2028. You should be happy about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Justin Opar. I'm a Chestnut Hill College student and political science major. Thank you, Councilman Bass, Councilman President Johnson, for the opportunity, including the City Council, to speak. Chestnut Hill has given me the opportunity to get a degree, but also change my character, the way I think, and the way I develop, and it's worth representing. As I reached the last lap of my undergrad career, I wanted to simply not just to get a degree, but to give back in any way I could. I believe I represent something bigger than me, and I can make an impact in any way I can, and others as well, and in the future of the school. Throughout my years at Chestnut Hill College, the political science department has helped me to develop community building skills, communication, and also student development, not in just the classroom, but a simple impact and care for others, including a change. I know what it means to hold others accountable, including myself, with grace, and create a space for students to feel like they're welcome, and constantly representing them and myself as well. I'm also looking towards to becoming a corporate attorney and also have hands-on experience to study not only political science, but also have 3 majors with the help of 3 minors with the help of the department. When coming to higher education, CAC was no question, as I'm also pursuing my MBA as well at the college. I want to make an impact in Philadelphia any way I could, and it starts here. I had the honor to be a Griffin alongside my students that are with me as well, and it's been an absolute blessing as well. Thank you, Dr. Carroll. Thank you, Dr. Reich, including my family, and also above all, thank you, God, for this opportunity to speak. It's been a blessing to speak within y'all. Thank you.
I hope Channel 3, 6, 9, 10, Fox is taking some of this video to positivity of our young people. Please proceed.
Firstly, I would like to thank God for this moment. I would like to thank Council President Kenyatta Johnson. Councilwoman Sydney Baz for this recognition. Additionally, I'd like to thank Dr. Jeffrey Carroll for asking me to give a comment on this momentous occasion. My name is Chloe Youngblood. I am the Executive Chair of the Young Adults Committee of the NAACP Philadelphia branch. I am the elected Majority Inspector of Elections for the 12th Ward and the 20th Division. And I'm an alumna of Chestnut Hill College, also known as CHC. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in political science and international affairs, magna cum laude, with
magna cum laude.
Thank you. With departmental honors in May of 2024. As I look back on my college years at CHC, it wasn't just a place of higher education and personal growth. CHC became my biggest support and a second family to me after the sudden passing of my father. My father passed away my freshman year, and when I notified the faculty and the staff at CHC, I received such an overwhelming presence of love and support. Many of my professors actually attended my dad's funeral, and while others truly became prominent figures in my life, such as Dr. Jeffrey Carroll. As I reflect further on my collegiate years as a young undergraduate student studying political science, all I can think about is how the political science department at CHC truly helped me to cultivate my thoughts as a young political scientist. The political science department at CHC always challenged me to critically think and analyze the relationship between the public and the politicians, also known as public servants, to question and to truly answer or to understand the why of the political realm. In doing so, I was an effective communicator when I interned at Representative Anthony Bellman's office my senior year. In addition, in these skills, it has helped me to educate others on the importance of voting, since that is the first step when determining public policy, as I have campaigned for various public servants, including Kamala Harris in the 2024 presidential election. I am forever grateful for my experience at CHC and for my amazing former professors, such as Dr. Carroll and Dr. Jackie Wright. Thank you, and God bless.
Good morning. I am Dr. Jeffrey Carroll from Chestnut Hill College. I'm Associate Professor of Political Science, the Chair of the Center for Data and Society, and the President of the Pennsylvania Political Science Association. It's the nation's oldest state political science association, and I am the first person of color to be its president. Thank you, Councilwoman Bass, for your resolution honoring CHC. And thank you, Council President Johnson and the council for allowing us to be here today. This right here in this room is an institution that I've studied, revered for decades, stemming from my time in graduate school at Temple University, go Owls. I taught a class called Local Government and Community Advocacy with my mentor, former Mayor and Council President John F. Street. Several folks in the chamber today participated in that exercise. Councilman Jeffrey J. Young Jr., team members Colin Crosley, Desmond McKinson's here, Marvin Wiley's here today, all participate in that. City Council, you've opened your arms to me as a researcher, a policy advisor, a community advocate, internship coordinator, white paper author, among all these roles. And over the years, I played just my small part to contribute to conversations about power, civics, public service. And so that, I just want to let you know that we are outside and we are here. So, to close, at CHC, we're deeply committed. So I'm proud to have lived and worked in the city of Philadelphia over 25 years with my family, who is here today, and raising my two sons in South Philly, in the school district of Philadelphia Schools. So we're here to stay, to serve, and to impact. So on behalf of Chestnut Hill College, my chair, Dr. Jackie Wright, leadership of the Sisters St. Joseph's, and our president, Brian McCloskey, thank you, City Council, for your service and for today's recognition.
Thank you.
We have Seneca Grant, Layla Moreno, Queen Judith Robinson, May Sharon White, Nicholas Taylor, Robert Sims, Danielle Campbell, Nadia Graves, John Floria, and Kevin Wright please make your way to the podium.
Good morning, Council President Johnson and distinguished members of Council. My name is Shanika Grant, and this is truly an honor. The Safe Healthy Homes Act is an urgent necessity for hundreds of thousands of renters like myself, including many here in the room today. I'm a lifelong resident of Philadelphia and lived in unsatisfactory homes most of my 42 years, from leaks, mold, rodents, flying cockroaches, and no heat as a child, to leaks, broken stoves, showers, roaches, and rodents as an adult. In my current apartment of 3 years, I have had no heat. I submitted my latest complaint to 301 in early March. The inspector didn't come until 2 weeks ago, much too late to get an accurate temperature reading of my apartment. I've been scared to put rent in escrow because I don't want to go through eviction diversion court for a third time, although I'd probably win for a third time. This and many other reasons is why we need our Safe Healthy Homes Act passed into law without further delay. As I've said before, the corporate lobbyists and greedy, corrupt slumlords are on the wrong side of history. I got a lot more here, but my time is up. Council President, Mr. O'Rourke, thank you very much. To the full council, we ask for you to stand with us and vote yes for Safe Healthy Homes. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here today. I want to begin by offering my sincere gratitude to Councilman O'Rourke for meeting with a group of us recently representing mom and pops and small landlords. Despite going over his schedule to pick up his kid from daycare, he gave us his dedication and undivided attention. That did not go unnoticed, and we truly appreciate it. Equally important is for me to thank Councilwoman Lozada for facilitating the meeting with Councilman O'Rourke. Thank you for responding to issues that directly affect your constituency. This is one of those issues. Thank you, Talise, and thank you, Gianna. The bill number 25329A is a sweeping reform of Philadelphia's property licensing regime. Specifically, it requires all rental properties to obtain a license annually, and it mandates rigorous, costly inspections a year. For small landlords, the group I'm speaking for, including myself, those of us who manage just 1 or 2 properties, this creates a disproportionate financial burden. Section 6.1 imposes a stringent timeline for reporting any violations, leaving small landlords vulnerable to automatic fines if we miss a single deadline. In addition, Section 7.4 requires landlords to publicly post their license status inside each unit. This is a significant administrative load, as many small landlords work part-time or manage properties themselves. The result is that we risk the fines. Ice out. Ice out. My name is Leila Moreno.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Nicholas Taylor, and while I've lived in Philadelphia for many years in many different Philadelphia neighborhoods, I now call Councilman Jones' district home. Living across these neighborhoods, I've had experiences with negligent landlords of all sizes, twice having to turn to the court system for help. I was able to receive debt owed to me by a corporate landlord because I had the ability to represent myself during the months-long ordeal. When I went without heat for months and needed to break a lease with my small local landlord, I was once again forced to advocate for myself legally. The process drew on for years while I was also completing chemotherapy. Preemptive L&I inspections would have prevented this. I regularly volunteer with Face-to-Face Germantown and State Representative Tara Kahn's office. I serve on the East Falls Community Council and City Election Board. I collaborate with my community to make tangible improvements, most importantly for those who are underrepresented and overlooked. I am now asking each and every one of you to do the same by voting yes on both the ICE Out and Safe Healthy Homes In legislation. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Robert Sims. How everybody doing in here? I just want to say one thing, man. I got a sick mother, man, from these fumes and these dirty houses, man. The landlords ain't looking out for these houses. We need the Safe and Healthy Homes Bill passed because my kids, my youth is coming up being taught, being taught about the Safe and Healthy Homes Act. I want this bill to pass so they can look at me talking about, oh yeah, my dad helped that bill to get passed. Now we ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about struggling and trying to get bills passed because of my dad. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have 1 minute to take it in for the record, okay?
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Danielle Campbell. I'm here today to address all ears in a desperate plea that you listen. Listen not just to the testimonies heard, but to your,
Speaking to the mic.
I'm sorry. My name is Danielle Campbell. I'm here today with a desperate plea that you listen not just to the testimonies heard, but to your own hearts. Some of the atrocities that have occurred before our very eyes are unspeakable. This is not a vote on whether or not to simply pass more bills. It's a vote on whether or not there's an ounce of human decency that remains within the hearts of our lawmakers. This is not a question of how to stop what's been happening. It's a question of how these things have ever been allowed to happen in the first place. Is there no place safe? If you watch the news, it doesn't look like there are any safe places left. By passing the Safe and Healthy Homes Act, you can help ensure that the places that we call home will be safe. Safe from unlivable conditions, safe from health-threatening infestations, safe from domestic violence, safe from unlawful evictions, safe from discrimination, safe from being slaughtered by untamed, unstable men with or without badges. Let home be where the heart is once again. If not everywhere at once, let's start with our city of brotherly love. Let's start today. For those who question what we should do, the answer is whatever it takes. Thank you.
Speaking to the mic, you have 1 minute.
Hello, Council and Philadelphia. I would like to thank God for this beautiful city made richer by the contributions of our immigrant and tenant communities. And I'm here speaking in support of both the Safe, Healthy Homes and ICE Out bills today, because this is a battle between billionaires and corporations. No, I'm Nydia Graves for the record. This is a battle between billionaires and corporations and working people of Philadelphia. I'm a working class Philadelphian from the Kinsessing neighborhood. And in my building, there are many safety concerns due to disrepair of our garage system. Has gone in and out of repair. We have 14 open L&I violations. We have our packages stolen, our groceries stolen, our DoorDashes stolen. We have sometimes people living in our hallways. This is not a safe home. And landlords are not being held accountable because we don't have a true legislation. Tenants need to be protected and migrant communities need to be protected in this city. And that is why I urge City Council to vote in support of Safe, Healthy Homes today to show working class Philadelphians that we are prioritized by this City Council chamber. Thank you. We have John Floria, Kevin Wright, May Maria Sarua, Tyrese Rogers, Emma Johnson, Gina Irvine, Corey Phillips, Tyrone Jones, and Obona Paul Hagans. Please make your way to the podium.
Good morning, Mr. President and council members. My name is John Florio. I'm a lifelong resident of South Philadelphia, and I'm here today to speak on the behalf of the families, the residents who deserve to hear what I'm about to say. Our neighborhoods need more than temporary solutions. We need consistency. We need investments. We've got to slim down with the violence in the private and the youth. And we need programs in place. We need strong people that could between gap us, agencies and community leaders. We need clean streets. We need quality of life. Our residents are frustrated by illegal dumping, vacant lots, and inconsistency in sanitation services. Clean and safe neighborhoods should not depend on zip codes or opportunities. We need more workforce development, programs support small businesses, and pathways for return of citizens and young adult youths in our cities that the schools are failing the young youths. And finally, PPA is totally out of control. My name is, let me say this, my name is John Florio, and look for me 2027, because I'm going to be taking one of your spots.
All right, come on up, sir.
Good morning. My name is Kevin Wright. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Good morning. My name is Kevin Wright, and I am opposed to this Safe and Healthy Homes bill because it's going to put the small operator out of business. And when he's out of business, for example, the small operator, I think he provides housing to about 20,000 to 30,000 people in Philadelphia. When that guy's out of business, who are you guys going to rent from other than the big operators? It's going to be costly. They're not going to rent to you because some people don't have 700 credit scores or good jobs or whatever you need to rent into these big-time properties. You guys should have a means test for this Safe and Healthy Homes for the small operator. It should be a graduate enforcement. There should be a moratorium on enforcement. And also, if you want the small operator to be in compliance, you need to do something about the tax clearance process because you require 25% down instead of a 10% down to address any issues with finances.
Thank you, sir. Time's up.
And you need to address deed theft.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You have 1 minute. State your name for the record, please. It's not going to work like that.
Okay. My name is Sister Sharon White, and I'm a proud sister of St. Joseph of Philadelphia. I hold a Doctor of Ministry and a MA in Theology, Pastoral Ministry, and Spirituality. I am also a licensed clinical social worker and a licensed marriage, family, and sex therapist. For 30 years, I have served in private practice, and I have responded to traumatic events in workplaces and in schools. I have spent a lifetime listening to people who have survived violence, loss, and profound instability. Even with that experience, the fear and trauma I now witness in immigrant and asylum-seeking communities here in Philadelphia go beyond whatever I could imagine when I was trained. My friends, ICE is here on the streets in Philadelphia. I know it firsthand. Read my lips. I know firsthand that ICE is in Philadelphia. I am up close and personal, and I am experiencing it. Already? We need this bill passed because we can do it. We need to defend our immigrants and those who are being terrorized. I love you all.
Thank you very much.
Hey, good morning. I'm Tyrone Jones. I've been in the city of Philadelphia. I'm here to let you guys know to vote yes for Safe and Healthy Homes because people have died in our city due to landlord negligence from between fires to mold and causing deadly asthma attacks and other medical issues. My brother have suffered permanent nerve damage to his shoulder and can no longer work because the ceiling fell on him due to the negligence of the of the building that I was living in. And now lost his job because of it. In the same building, someone else in that on the top floor also lost their life because the EMS team couldn't get to them in time because they had to dodge debris from falling from the deteriorating building. That is not okay. That is not safe. That is not healthy. We need Safe and Healthy Homes Act to protect against landlords, especially large corporate landlords who profit over spending their money, spending their resources and maintaining their property while collecting rent every month. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is María Serna. Soy un inmigrante de Colombia, Sudamérica, y I prefer speak in Spanish because this is America, okay? Amo esta ciudad, su historia, su fortaleza y su hermosa diversidad, como está representada hoy aquí en la Casa del Pueblo. Hay dos lugares en Filadelfia que son muy significativos para mí. Uno es Pine Tree Park, un lugar que solía visitar con mis hijos por las tardes. Este lugar me recuerda la historia de William Penn y los Lenape. Y también nos recuerda que la tierra, la confianza y la justicia nunca deben tomarse a la ligera. El otro lugar es Germantown, en donde tuvo lugar la primera protesta contra la esclavitud en toda la nación. Estos lugares me importan porque nos recuerdan que Filadelfia siempre ha sido una ciudad donde se encuentran la historia, la justicia y la conciencia. Hoy también se siente... Déjeme terminar. Es bien importante
You
esto.
can go ahead and summarize, ma'am.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hoy también se siente como un día histórico para mí. Muchas personas inmigrantes queremos lo mismo: respeto, identidad, seguridad y la libertad de vivir en paz con nuestras familias, trabajar, criar a nuestros hijos y poner pan en nuestra mesa sin vivir con miedo. Eso no es pedir demasiado. Somos comunidades inmigrantes diversas y merecemos ser tratados con dignidad y como seres humanos. Esto también es personal para mí. Mi esposo fue deportado y esa experiencia cambió mi vida y la de mi familia y todavía me afecta. Me enseñó cuánto puede doler la deportación a una familia, no solo emocionalmente, sino en la lucha diaria por seguir adelante, mantenernos firmes, fuertes y permanecer unidos en espíritu. Por eso apoyo el paquete de leyes ISAO. Estas leyes deben buscar proteger a las familias, proteger los servicios de la ciudad y asegurar que Filadelfia esté del lado de la justicia, el debido proceso y la dignidad humana.
Thank you very much,
Les
ma'am.
pido que no retrocedamos en la historia. Recordemos lo que significan los dos lugares que les mencioné. Hagamos lo correcto
Thank you very
aprobando
much,
el
ma'am.
paquete de leyes SAO.
Thank you
Filadelfia puede liderar con valentía y
you.
compasión. Gracias.
María Serna supports ISAO.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's sad that we're here gathered for this renters bill. for our opposition, why does it take this bill to make you gather once again, basically to ignore our requests? A number of you rent out properties, ignore making decent repairs to your near failing structures, collect rent, but retaliate if a renter calls L&I or speaks out. This is a business and you profit from the squalor we exist in. A doctor, supermarket, vendors, for example, must have proper documentation or surely risk being shut down. If these ordinances are too much for you, there are other careers available. For too long, you have skirted around the issues and now you're having fits. But that's me, and you know what? I have mice in my building, all right? Okay, but there are feet to deal with, but I don't have an infestation. So that makes me feel, unfortunately, like I have a better situation than those that are, like the other people have. And my maintenance man is a professional, so if anything is damaged in our building, it's fixed, and it's fixed well. I'm going to sum it up. What you see is a tiny representation of the you know what? Okay. But we are hoping that the Safe and Healthy Homes Bill will be passed and ice out.
What's your name, sir? Excuse me, sir. What's your name, sir?
I'm sorry, my name is Tyrese Rogers.
Thank
I'm
you,
a
sir.
lifelong Philadelphia resident.
Thank you very much.
Who gonna go first? You or Mitch? I'm gonna pass out your papers, right? Is yours?
My name is Emma. I'm 12 years old. My mother and I have moved 3 times in the past 2 years. Each time was due to landlord negligence and retaliation. I want council to vote yes for the Safe, Healthy Homes Act. Bill number 250330. When you vote yes for this bill, you are securing well-being and stability for all Philadelphians. Thank you for your time.
My name is Gina Irvin, and as I stand before you today, I hear my story is everybody's story. I will go over some key points. There is no point in being redundant and saying all the tragedies that we all went through as trying to secure housing. There are many key and vital issues facing Philadelphia renters right now. Nearly 50% of all Philadelphia renters, nearly 50% of Philadelphians rent. Nearly 40% of all renters live in unsafe and substandard housing. And many of us deal with serious safety issues such as pests, rodents, and mold. Housing is not a negotiation, it's a human right. City Council and L&I must enforce practices that create dignified, safe, and healthy homes for all renters. The cost of moving in the city is astronomical, and we need more protections to be put in place for people. Basically, the issues of substandard rental housing in Philadelphia affects those who are already amongst the most vulnerable in the city. Today, City Council has a chance to start reversing that trend. Please vote yes on Healthy Homes Act. And I would like to make one more comment that's not going to be popular. What an outrageous comment from Mr. Bill Vargas. Spoke about this. If you pass this bill, someone will get killed, and I quote, "If you don't want that, you need to kill the bill. We will not act in fear. We will act and believe that you will do the right thing."
May we have Corey Phillips, Obona Paul Hagens, Vicky Clinks Kales, David Paez, Ashley Redfern, Elle Band, Gia Fernandez, Mitchell Chanin, Saoirse Graves Gowan, and Richard Moore please come to the podium.
Good morning, my name is Corey Phillips, a member of 1PA, Renters United, who's here I'm just here on behalf of Safe Healthy Homes as well as Ice Out, and that we just make these landlords accountable for all actions property, structure, health, wellness of people's health that they're renting to, and stop putting out bogus evictions on people as a retaliation, which I am a victim of personally. And as far as ICE, we don't need them in Philly. We got our own police department. We got our own law enforcement to deal with illegal immigrants. So get the ICE out, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. And as far as these landlords, it's put up a shut up time, do the right thing.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a fourth-generation chattel slavery survivor, Obona Paul Hagins. My comment concerns the proposed amendment adding citizenship or immigration status as a protected class. First, this is a legal issue. Immigration status is defined under federal law, not by municipalities. Philadelphia cannot redefine or create categories. It can only act within existing federal classifications. Second, no evidence has been presented showing discrimination in employment, housing, or public accommodations. Neither the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations nor the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission has identified patterns of complaints. This is being advanced without a factual record or demonstrated necessity. Third, Rule 413 of the Pennsylvania Rules of Evidence concerns courtroom fairness. It limits prejudicial use of immigration status evidence. It does not authorize municipalities to create protected classes or reinterpret federal law. Finally, there is an inconsistency. Council expands protections here, yet when lineage-based communities tied to the 13th Amendment raises concerns, the response is delay and uncertainty. I urge Council to state the legal authority, provide evidence, and explain the disparity. Thank you. Obona Hagins, over and out. Oh, I have something here for the Crime and Safety Committee. Can you give this to every member? The names are on here. This is some information that they need in regards to the Freedman office. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Vicki Klinkskills, and I live in the Strawberry Mansion area. I'm here today to ask City Council to vote yes on the Safe Healthy Homes Act. Right now, I am dealing with a landlord who refuses to make the necessary repairs, and now I am suffering the blame and consequences for it. L&I was recently visited the home, and they came out and wrote up violations for several things. And now I have a cease and desist order from L&I and need to vacate the premises by May 26th. Thank goodness the council passed the right to relocation bill, which may be able to help me in this case. But we need the other two bills yesterday. The right to safety and the right to repair, so that the landlord like mine can't get away with not maintaining their properties. Vote yes on the Safe and Healthy Homes Act. Thank you.
Sir, you have 1 minute. State your name for the record, please. Hi, my name is David Paez. I'm a landlord. This bill is just going to make me raise the rent. I don't know how that's going to help you. You know, we got to eat too. You guys think it's easy. You know, I'm gonna tell you. Let me speak. I'm gonna tell you something. I have to renovate a 2-bedroom apartment at a cost of $25,000. This is an apartment in Albany. I have to charge somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000, and do the math. That's somewhere around $20,000 in the year. That's before taxes, you know, insurance, all these other expenses. So I'm not going to make a profit. Hold on. I'm not going to make a profit for 3 to 5 years off that property. But that investment, I'm hoping, will last for 15 years or more. And another thing, hold on. And another thing, did you ever think about the fact that it takes 12 months to evict a bad tenant? And that comes out of our pocket, and now we can't use it to make repairs. Hold on a second. We're not all bad actors. Just like not every cop is bad.
Good morning. My name is Ashley Redfern. I'm CEO for American Paradigm Schools, representing 4,200 public charter school students. I'm here today in support of the Safe and Healthy Homes Act. I support this bill because unsafe housing does not stay at home. It comes into schools through stress, absences, interrupted sleep, and children trying to learn while carrying on the effects of unsafe conditions. At Memphis Street Academy Charter, we see this clearly. In 1 year alone, 475 students visited our healthcare center, accessing 2,164 visits, an average of 4.56 visits each per year. 100% of our required health screenings were complete. 38% of our students that were tested had uncontrolled asthma and received treatment in school, including our inhaler support. We support the work of City Council, and we take our work seriously as educators to make sure we're providing safe schools and support for children who are living in unsafe housing.
Thank you.
All right, hello, council members. My name is Gia Fernandez. I'm a military veteran and have worked for the Fair Housing Rights Center in Philadelphia in addition to being an activist and an advocate. And I'm a shout out to my Uncle Yule that passed away. He ran for state rep twice because of the passion he has for this city. So that's where I get my passion from. And what I'm speaking today for is in favor of the Safe and Healthy Homes Act. Renters in Philadelphia need safety, fairness, and security. We need secured guidelines to make it mandatory for landlords to keep up with the repairs, okay? Our children don't need to be breathing in all kinds of stuff and everything like that. I have a relative that lives in substandard housing because the landlord wants to raise the rent because they're monthly rental. So every time they ask to get something fixed, they raise the rent. Meanwhile, this person is having challenges, and they're excellent in school. So what's going to happen to their brain if they're going to keep going through breathing in that type of stuff? Nobody's trying to help them. So what I would like for everybody to do is to come together and please vote for this act. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, thanks. My name is Mitch Channon. I'm a resident of Northeast Philly. Here to express my support also for ICE Out and Safe Healthy Homes. Northeast Philly is not always part of these conversations, but I especially want to appeal to our Northeast Philly District Council members to please vote for both of these. Predatory, negligent landlords are causing enormous harm to residents of Northeast. And ICE has a very strong presence that is terrorizing people in neighborhoods like Castor Gardens, Mayfair, Ronhurst, and Oxford Circle, and has been doing that for months. We absolutely need to protect all of our renter neighbors and our immigrant neighbors. In addition, I just want to say one more thing. I believe in these bills because I think each person has an infinite and equal value. The residents of Chester who are being poisoned by the 1 million pounds of trash that we're sending to be burned and turned into air pollution in their lungs every day also deserve protection, safety, and health. And I want council to pass the Stop Trashing Our Air Act. Thank you.
My name is Saoirse Graves Gowan. I'm a resident of West Philadelphia, where I live with my partner, Bruria, who works at the airport. My family, my uncle was a U.S. Army veteran. My mom moved to Ireland, and she lives there with my dad. I'm a European migrant to the United States. I'm a citizen of the United States. I've lived here for the last number of years. And I'm a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, Philadelphia's Housing Committee. I'm a graduate of Trinity College Dublin in political science, so it's great to see the political science people here, and political communication from Dublin City University. I'm here to support the Safe and Healthy Homes legislation and the ICE Out package. In the words of the famous German conservative Protestant Christian pastor Martin Niemöller, if I said it, you'd remember it. First they came for the communists. I did not speak out because I was not a communist. If first they came for the immigrants, then I did not speak out.
We have Al Band, Richard Moore, Anna Carter, and then Tanya Wagner.
Richard Moore, Council President, members of Council, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Richard Moore. I'm a housing provider and broker of record at Best City Homes, 2216 South Street. I've worked in Philadelphia in the real estate business for 41 years. My office manages approximately 360 rental units for roughly 80 small owners. I'm here today regarding bill numbers 23529 and 23530. One good thing about these two bills, it has finally gotten housing providers and city council members into the same room to discuss meaningful changes. I want to acknowledge Councilperson O'Rourke and his staff for being respectful, open, willing to listen with changes they made. I personally don't have a problem with either one of these bills, but these bills are moving very quickly. I do not believe that housing providers across the city, especially small mom and pop owners, have had a real chance to review and provide meaningful input. With that implementation date of November 1st, we have time to slow it down a little bit and do it right. We need to use this moment to work together. Thank you, sir. So my request is simple and respectful. Please hold the final vote of these two bills, bring it back to committee so we can work together. The deadline is, the implementation date is November 1st, so we have time. Let's have time to do it right, focus on the big picture, working together, and definitely ICE out.
Come on up, step up, time's up. You have 1 minute, state your name for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Tanya Wanger. I live in Germantown, and I'm an adjunct professor for English for Academic Achievement at multiple colleges. That's for immigrant students aiming to learn English and enter the college, program. This package of bills is imperative and urgent, the ICE Out bills. It's imperative because our city must be a sanctuary for immigrants who have been instrumental to making the city what it is since its inception. This includes our vulnerable immigrant students. To quote the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, too many of our students live in fear that they and their guardians will be next. Educators across the country are doing their jobs while working to assure terrified students that they are the helpers. The ICE Out legislation will assure that all Philadelphians who strive to be helpers have the protection and backing of the city. We should not be in the position of helping to police our students, which we are often put in the position of by administrative, scared administrators. Not to mention the violence of ICE putting all of our lives at risk, as we have seen in the news, citizens just driving down the street on their way to an appointment getting harassed or detained or worse. This isn't just about standing on principle. This package is also urgent. 2025 was the deadliest year ICE deaths in 2 decades. Some have said that national laws are in place to stop this, but they clearly haven't. Despite what some have said here, immigrants have lower crime rates and contribute to our society immensely. Thank you.
Anna Carter, L Band.
My name is Anna Carter. Good morning. My name is Anna Carter, and I'm here to speak on the renters' behalf because I have suffered in an apartment myself and have pulmonary problems right now because of black mold in my apartment. And I'm not understanding the insensitiveness of the landlords. They're not sensitive to our feelings. They're not sensitive to our children. And I feel as though that this thing needs to be passed because we need sensitive landlords, sensitive to us, stop raising our rents, not repairing our properties, because I had water in my property. My landlord has not assisted me in an apartment, has not assisted me in a hotel. And I think that each and every one of us that came out for the same thing, that we need to band together and allow this law to go ahead and pass.
Council President, there are no further names for public comment.
That concludes today's public comment period. The chair recognizes Councilmember Catherine Gilmore Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I must be excused for very important council business. I'd like to be reported as voting aye on all bills and resolutions on the final passage calendar only.
Leave is granted. Votes will be recorded. We will now consider the bills and resolutions on the second reading and final passage calendars. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260253?
A resolution appointing Bakir Gunadan to the Board of Directors for the Old City Special Services District.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion regarding resolution number 260253.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260253 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260254?
A resolution appointing Felicia Wilson to the Board of Directors for the Old City Special Services District.
The chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion regarding resolution number 260254.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260254 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260255?
A resolution appointing Ken Weller to the Board of Directors for the Old City Special Services District.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion regarding resolution number 260255.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260255 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries and the resolution is adopted. Would the chief clerk please read the title of resolution number 260256?
A resolution appointing Kaya Kerner to the Board of Directors for the Old City Special Services District.
Chair recognizes Councilman Mark Squilla for a motion regarding resolution number 260256.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260256 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260353?
A resolution renaming the 300 block of East Rockland Street between B, C, and C Street to the Honorable Sharon Vaughn Way in honor of her service, advocacy, and dedication to public service.
The chair gladly recognizes Councilman Kessler Lozada for a motion regarding resolution number 260353.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260353 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. The motion carries and the resolution is adopted. Would the chief clerk please read the title of resolution number 260354?
A resolution renaming the 5300 block of Kersall Street as Stan Lathan Way to honor Stan Lathan and his extraordinary contributions to television and culture.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Jones for a motion regarding resolution number 260354.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for its adoption. Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260353 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260355?
A resolution reappointing John Solomon to the Citizens Police Oversight Commission.
Chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones for a motion regarding resolution number 260355.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for its adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260355 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260356?
A resolution reappointing Melanie DeBooze to the Citizens Police Oversight Commission.
Chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones for a motion regarding resolution number 260356.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260356 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260357?
A resolution reappointing Hassan Bennett to the Citizens Police Oversight Commission.
Chair recognizes Councilman Curtis Jones for a motion regarding resolution number 260357.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260357 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Would the clerk please read the title of resolution number 260362?
A resolution also naming the corner of East Haines Street and Morton Street Honorable Donna Reed Miller Way in recognition of her lifelong commitment to public service, impactful policy leadership, and enduring inspiration to the city of Philadelphia.
The chair gladly recognizes Councilmember Sidney Bass for a motion regarding resolution number 260362.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm honored to move for the adoption of this resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that resolution number 260362 be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, the ayes have it. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted. Council will be at ease. Clerk, please read the title of bill number 250329-AA.
An ordinance amending Chapter 9-3900 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Property Licenses and Owner Accountability to clarify licensing requirements, authorize the department to create a proactive inspection program, require public reporting related to code compliance, and establish remedies, damages, and protections for tenants, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill had been read on 2 different days. The question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson, aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones. Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Nay.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Aye.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16. The nays are 1. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of Bill number 250330-AA?
An ordinance amending Chapter 9-800 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Landlord and Tenant to modify the requirements related to good cause for ending a tenancy, add protections against retaliation and harassment for tenants and tenant organizations, specify tenants' rights related to implied warranty of habitability, and provide a legal presumption related to breaches of the implied warranty of habitability, create a tenant right to organize, specify deadlines for asserting claims, and establish and enhance enforcement mechanisms, remedies, damages, and protections, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Nay.
Councilmember Brooks. Aye. Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Aye.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass. Aye. Councilmember Ahmed. Aye. And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16, the nays are 0. The majority of all bills having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of Bill number 260056?
An ordinance amending Title 21 of the Philadelphia Code by adding a new chapter, 21-3600, entitled Non-Intervention with Respect to Immigration Enforcement, to place certain restrictions on the collection and use of information related to citizenship and immigration status, prohibit certain forms of discrimination in city services, and provide for remedies for violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas. Councilmember Thomas. Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks. Aye. Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity. Okay, I couldn't hear you, sorry. Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass. Aye. Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16, the nays are 1. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of Bill number 260057?
An ordinance amending Title 21 of the Philadelphia Code by adding a new chapter, 21-3600, entitled Non-Intervention with Respect to Immigration Enforcement, to establish certain limits on how personal information may be handled by the city with regard to immigration enforcement, create reporting requirements, and provide for remedies for violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass. Aye. Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16, the nays are 1. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of Bill number 260058?
An ordinance amending Chapter 9-1100 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Fair Practices Ordinance, Protection Against Unlawful Discrimination, to add protections against discrimination on the basis of citizenship and immigration status, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, should the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Aye.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 17, the nays are 0. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Chief Clerk, please read the title of Bill number 260059.
An ordinance amending Title 17 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Procurement Contracts and Title 21 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Miscellaneous to prohibit the acceptance of bids on city contracts from or the execution of contracts with entities that do business with immigration enforcement authorities, bar city participation in, resource expenditures to, and involvement in any agreements or activities in furtherance of immigration enforcement, including the conduct of its employees, contractors, and funding recipients, require annual reporting of city immigration-related activities, and provide for civil enforcement of violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas. Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16, and nays are 1. The majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Chief Clerk, please read the title of Bill number 260060.
An ordinance amending Title 10 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Regulation of Individual Conduct and Activity to prohibit law enforcement officers from concealing their identity, require officers to visibly display their badge and other official identifying information, prohibit the impersonation of law enforcement officers, and provide for civil and criminal enforcement of violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Nay.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay. Nay.
Councilmember.
O'Neill, nay. We have documents.
Councilmember Squilla. Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 15. The nays are 2. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of bill number 260061?
An ordinance amending Title 10 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Regulation of Individual Conduct and Activity, and amending Title 11 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Streets to prohibit immigration enforcement on city and city-related property and facilities, to prohibit immigration enforcement in the right-of-way, and provide for civil enforcement of violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 16, the nays are 1. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Will the clerk please read the title of bill number 260062?
An ordinance amending Title 10 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Regulation of Individual Conduct and Activity to restrict the use of community spaces for government purposes not expressly authorized by the city or the courts, and provide for civil enforcement of violations, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
The finale, Ice Out Philadelphia, Safe Healthy Homes in Philadelphia. Aye.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Ice out. Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Nay.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
And Council President Johnson.
Aye. The ayes are 15, the nays are 2. A majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill officially passes. See, this is why I love the city of Philadelphia. I love our people. Congratulations, member Ruland Dow, Kendra Brooks, and Nicholas O'Rourke. Will the clerk please read the title of Bill number 260-295?
An ordinance authorizing and approving the execution and delivery of a service agreement between the city and the Philadelphia.
Council will be at ease. 1 second, Chief Clerk. Felt like I was at a Phillies game. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the bill, 260-295. Ole, ole, ole. Please proceed, Chief Clerk.
An ordinance authorizing and approving the execution and delivery of a service agreement between the city and the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development relating to the provision by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of development assistance to support certain costs related to promoting economic and commercial development of the city, approving the guarantee by the Philadelphia Authority for Industrial Development of certain obligations related to the issuance of a letter of credit to secure the funding of such costs, authorizing and approving the obligation of the city to pay in full when due the service fee and other amounts payable under the service agreement, and covenanting to make necessary appropriations for such purposes, and authorizing city officials to take necessary or appropriate actions to accomplish the intent and purpose of the ordinance, all under certain terms and conditions.
This bill having been read on 2 different days, the question now is, shall the bill pass finally? Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips.
Aye.
Councilmember Gilmer Richardson was aye. Councilmember Gautier.
Aye.
Councilmember Thomas.
Aye.
Councilmember Jones.
Aye.
Councilmember Landau.
Aye.
Councilmember Losada.
Aye.
Councilmember Young.
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks.
Aye.
Councilmember Harity.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Rourke.
Aye.
Councilmember Driscoll.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Neill.
Aye.
Councilmember Squilla.
Aye.
Councilmember Bass.
Aye.
Councilmember Ahmed.
Aye.
Council President Johnson.
Aye, the ayes are 17, the nays are 0. Majority of all members having voted in the affirmative, the bill passes. Chief Clerk, please read any additional resolutions on today's calendar.
A privileged resolution recognizing Reverend Dr. Lorena Marshall Blake on her retirement and the lasting impact she has made on the city of Philadelphia, introduced by Councilmember Gilmore Richardson.
The chair recognizes Councilmember Isaiah Thomas for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. On behalf of Majority Leader Gilmore Richardson, I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has a moving property seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Those opposed, the ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Earl D. Folks, Jr. during the week of Philadelphia Black Pride for his incredible and visionary leadership and dedicated service to the Black LGBTQ+ movement, introduced by Councilmember Landau.
Chair recognizes Councilman Rue Landau for a motion on the resolution.
In conjunction with Minority Leader Kendra Brooks, I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Arab American Heritage Month and celebrating the heritage, culture, and contributions Arab Americans in the city of Philadelphia, introduced by Councilmember Landau.
The chair recognizes Councilman Rue Landau for a motion on the resolution.
In conjunction with Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke, I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing April 2026 as Second Chance Month in the City of Philadelphia and honoring the work of re-entry professionals, community organizations, employers, advocates, families, and returning citizens who strengthen the city by supporting successful re-entry, introduced by Councilmember Young.
Chair recognizes Councilman Jeffrey J. Young for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you. I move for its adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring Philly Black Pride for its ongoing work to center and support the Black LGBTQ+ community and recognizing Monday, April 20th through Saturday, April 26th as Philly Black Pride Week in the City of Philadelphia, introduced by Councilmember Brooks.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Brooks for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Council President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution recognizing May 2026 as Dual Asian American Pacific Islander and Jewish American Heritage Month in Philadelphia in recognition of America 250, celebrating the rich history, interwoven stories, and significant contributions made by generations of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders and Jewish Americans to our nation, Commonwealth, and city, introduced by Councilmember Driscoll.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Mike Driscoll for a motion on the resolution.
I move for its adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and congratulating Sam Rhodes on his retirement after 31 years of distinguished service at PIDC, Philadelphia's Public-Private Economic Development Corporation, and recognizing his transformative impact on the city's economic landscape, introduced by Councilmember Driscoll.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Mike Driscoll for a motion on the resolution.
I move for its adoption.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
A privileged resolution honoring and recognizing Chestnut Hill College and its political science department for their commitment to academic excellence, diversity, civic engagement, and the advancement of future leaders, and further recognizing Dr. Jeffrey Carroll for his historic leadership in the field of political science, introduced by Councilmember Bass.
Chair recognizes Councilman Cindy Bass for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Will the clerk please read the title of the next resolution?
A privileged resolution supporting the City of Philadelphia's participation in Birdtown, Pennsylvania, and promoting sustainable conservation initiatives in the city, and committing to community-based conservation initiatives to protect birds, wildlife, and the environment, introduced by Councilmember Bass.
Chair recognizes Councilman Cindy Bass for a motion on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the adoption of the resolution.
It has been moved and properly seconded that the resolution be adopted. All those in favor of the motion will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Chief Clerk, please read the title of the next resolution.
Council President, there are no further resolutions in my possession.
Go Birds. That completes our calendar for today. Where y'all going? Are there any speeches on behalf of the minority? The chair recognizes Councilmember Kendra Brooks.
Thank you, Council President. This marks the 27th year of Philly Black Pride, and I'm looking forward to honoring and celebrating 11 Black queer change makers after council today. And I want to thank my colleagues on the third floor, Council Members O'Rourke,
Thomas, Gautier, Driscoll, and Squilla for joining me in hosting today's reception. This is a week of learning, healing, and organizing and celebration, all grounded in a deep commitment to the health and freedom of Black queer people here in Philadelphia. The change makers who are with us today in City Hall today are leaders who are carrying on the work and the legacy of my dear friend, Michael Henson. With the racism and transphobia of our current administration, their work and this week are more important than ever. I also want to congratulate Minority Whip Nicholas O'Rourke and the powerful coalition behind the passage of the Safe and Healthy Homes Act today. At a time when out-of-town corporations are buying up properties in our city and driving up the cost of housing for working families, this legislation meets the moment. It grants new rights and protections to renters who make up half of our city's population and makes real progress towards our shared goal of housing as a human right. Today, we also passed the ICE Out legislative package that Councilmember Landau and I introduced in January. This legislation grew out of months of deep partnership between our offices, dozens of community organizations who wanted to see Philly government take action on the violence and fear that ICE has brought to our communities. I want to thank everyone who attended a community training, hung out ICE sign in their window, signed our petition, or took the time to share your support. Whether it was inside or outside of this building, I want to thank the Pennsylvania Immigrant Coalition for their commitment and centering immigrants in this process, their deep partnership in crafting the legislation, and their trust in our offices to pass these bills through council. This legislation shows that Philadelphians are not afraid to stand up to the Trump administration. We are not afraid to stand up to our neighbors, and we do not take kindly to bullies who try to intimidate people in our communities. The overwhelming support for this legislation has given me a much-needed source of hope in the midst of this Trump administration's ongoing attacks on our democracy and our people. It puts all of us in the city of Philadelphia on the right side of history. With the passage of Safe, Healthy Homes and ICE Out legislation today, we are passing a total of 9 bills that materially will improve the quality of life of working people here in Philadelphia. These bills are a monumental victory for Philadelphians, and they are proof of what's possible when we craft legislation with deep partnership with the people in our communities. Today, and ultimately, today is a historic day for our movement, our party, and people here in Philadelphia. Organized people working in collaboration with movement electeds are responsible for the most significant far-reaching legislation that has been passed this year. And I'm so proud to be a minority leader in this body today, and I'm excited for what we will accomplish next. Before I close out my remarks, I also want to thank Majority Leader Kathy Gilmore Richardson and Majority Whip Isaiah Thomas for their leadership in yesterday's hearing with the school district. And I want to make this clear. The school board must not vote to close schools today. We heard loud and clear over the last 2 days that the closure plan needs more work. And when I fought as an organizer for local control of the school district, it was because we needed a school board that was accountable to the people. That means a school board that listens to feedback. That means a board that works in partnership with the city. And right now, that means we need a board that's going to stop this vote and listen to what the people of the city are saying loudly. And I'm asking everyone who is here for the ICE out legislation and safe, healthy homes legislation to join us today at 4:40. The meeting starts at 4, so please get there by 3:30. We need to shut down this vote today. This fight needs all of us. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Councilman Nicholas O'Rourke.
Thank you, Mr. President. Melissa Montz said she's someone who has heard no all of their life. That touched me. She believed, though, and worked as a part of this organization with the expectation that today she might hear yes. And wouldn't you know it, ole, 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 vote yes today. Ole, 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 they voted yes today. Make some noise for hearing yes when all you've heard is no. First and foremost, I have to give all of my love and my gratitude to the coalition that has formed behind this legislation. To One PA Renters United Philadelphia. We can't say thank you enough to y'all for every single thing that you have done, for staying active, for staying engaged, for trusting me, for trusting our team, for working relentlessly to share your stories, for taking the calculated risks that organized and unorganized tenants are faced with when you speak out against unsafe conditions. I know it was a risk, and I thank you for being bold. This is what 6 years of organizing can do. What excites me most is that I know that your organizing will not stop right here. To the Philly Thrive family, thank you for co-creating a campaign for disadvantaged tenants as well as homeowners. To Renters Justice, the Philadelphia Rent Control Coalition, and all the folks at DSA who have played a part, to the entire coalition of organizations who showed up at any point in this year plus at this point. This is a people power action that we have witnessed today, and we have won. I want to thank my colleagues for standing with me, for standing by me, standing by Philly's tenants through this process. This is not easy stuff. I have spoken with all of you, and I understand. And regulating how our constituents as landlords and tenants can relate to each other is difficult. We're standing in the crossfire, as it were. But I want to remind us that we would not be doing this at all if the floor for how many landlords treat tenants wasn't so desperately low. But today we have raised it. To my minority leader, Kendra Nikki Brooks, thank you for all your help through this process, for your wisdom, your insight, your leadership. To you and your office for demonstrating what a people-powered legislative campaign actually looks like. I know we have some allies here from the NDWA that are here in the room. And the drive for the Power Act was a huge inspiration for the coalition behind the Safe, Healthy Homes Act. Today is a massive day for Council's minority wing, and you're the unquestioned pioneer in that realm, and I am honored to follow in your footsteps, Madam Leader. Speaking of trailblazers, he has stepped out, but Councilman Curtis Jones, if you can hear me, sir, thank you for introducing good cause to the legal landscape in Philly back in 2018. I hope you see your original vision reflected in this effort, because we could not have walked through this door without you opening it first that many years ago. Members Gaultier and Landau, the chair and the vice chair of the Housing Committee. advocates and champions who are not new to this but have been true to this. Your help has been absolutely invaluable. You both have deep knowledge of what Philly tenants have endured, and you've used your expertise to fight for them through this process and stand with me as I find my way through how all this stuff works. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To the esteemed presider of this body, the one that we call the president of the Council of the City of Philadelphia, Kenyatta Johnson. Folks around the way call him Yacht. All I'm going to say is thank you, man. Thank you for holding it down and for working with me on all the legislative and the legal challenges that have come with this effort. This is a major move. I know it's probably been a lot for you, but I appreciate the role that you've played throughout this process. Thank you, Mr. President. And yes, Philly, this is a major move. It's not something happening in a vacuum. Around the country, we're seeing a resurgence of tenant organizing. More rent strikes, more negotiated leases, more fighting alongside neighbors to secure justice living, more defying displacement, more resisting slumlords, and more fighting price gouging through grassroots power. We just heard a few weeks ago from the head of our Fair Housing Commission, local complaints are up as well. They had 100 more cases this fiscal year than in FY25. As the wider economy continues to weigh on working people, I'm not surprised that people want to secure access to the four walls they're paying to keep around them, and that they want to be sure that their shelter is safe and that it is healthy. In a time when corporations and out-of-town investors are digging further and further into the single and multifamily housing markets, in this second Gilded Age, as it were, that just makes sense to me. And to the small landlords of Philadelphia, if there any be in the room or those who are watching later, far too many of whom are being poorly represented by the organization that they are part of, I know your struggles are real and vastly different from the major corporations that are eating up the market share here in Philly and around the country. Please know, please hear me, that I have fought for you on many occasions, whether you realize it or not, and I will continue to do so. From continually fighting for a swelling rental improvement fund, which many have told me is important, to the stand the minority wing took against ending the bird exemption last year. I have genuinely been on your side and will continue to operate in that manner for those who are genuinely real mom and pop landlords doing the best they possibly can to provide housing for their tenants. Small landlords, and I'm not talking about somebody with 25 units when I say that. Small landlords. The true small landlords are a part and parcel of Philly's working families too. And as long as you are following the law that already exists, you will not have to worry about this legislation making your life harder. But for any landlord of any size who's neglectful, who's negligent, who's not concerned about maintaining the property you're drawing income from, who's not cooperating with the oversight that the city and this body in particular have established, who turn a deaf ear and a blind eye to the concerns and the challenges, the lived experiences of those who have been organizing for their rights for years, it's time to get yourself in order. Straighten up and fly right. Today we run for the people. Glory be to God and all power to all the people. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Speech on behalf of the majority. Chair recognizes Councilmember Rue Landau.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, Council President. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, everybody today. I want to just start with the local first of a resolution I introduced with Councilmember Kendra Brooks honoring Earl Folks during the week of Philadelphia Black Pride for his incredible and visionary leadership and dedicated service to the Black LGBTQ+ movement. Mr. Folks has many years of service to an intersection of communities, has been instrumental in advancing equity, visibility, and community infrastructure for Black queer people across the country. He's played a foundational role in the development and expansion of the Black Pride movement and is a committed advocate to the fight against HIV and AIDS. At a time when queer healthcare is more at risk than it has been in decades, it's the advocacy of community members like Earl that make a difference. Thank you, Earl, for all that you have done. It's an honor to honor you. I also introduced a resolution with Councilmember Nicholas O'Rourke to recognize April 2026 as Arab American Heritage Month. This is a time to celebrate the legacy, culture, and contributions of Arab Americans in Philadelphia. Here in Philly, we have a rich history of Arab Americans doing amazing things in our city. There are an estimated 127,000 Arab Americans living in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And with this resolution, Council is saying, we see you, and you are always and will always be here. Welcome, a part of our community, supported and lifted up here in Philly. So speaking of welcoming cities, I am so excited to celebrate the fact that we in Philadelphia have officially said, ICE out of Philadelphia. ICE out. I love you too. It's really kind of amazing that we did this, that you did this. We worked with dozens, I don't even know, hundreds of advocates across Philadelphia under the leadership of PIC and so many organizations. Dozens of immigrant rights groups, hundreds of advocates, the folks who came to trainings, posted on social media, called their elected officials. This is only possible because of you. We are here because of you. I want to echo the words of my colleague to say thank you for trusting me. I was so honored to work with all of you, with your brilliance, with your advocacy, with your tenacity, and your downright fun in the hardest of times to make this all a reality. We did it. Philly is now on the map. The entire country and possibly the world is watching us as having some of the strongest ICE out protections in the entire country. We stood together and we told them what the community wants. Minority Leader Brooks, you are such a leader for communities that are too often overlooked, and I could not have been more honored to stand with you in this fight. I want to also take this moment from my long housing career to give special shout out to Nicholas O'Rourke on your safe and healthy homes with all of the advocates here as well. What a struggle, what a win. And finally, I too want to shout out Council President Johnson, who says he's found his inner activist in this work again. Screaming ICE out. Screaming ICE out along with us the entire time. This is absolutely what community is made of. This is what we do here in council. This is what we do here in Philadelphia. The fight doesn't end today. I promise to continue to push for immigrant rights, fight for our immigrant communities at every turn, and to fight against this tyrannical administration that is terrorizing our communities. I hope you join me in the fight because I know my city, our city, Philly, stands up for Philly every single time. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Councilmember Jeffrey J. Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was out last week, so I just wanted to recap. We had our second annual Youth Job Fair at the Temple Star Complex on April 11th. It was such a great success. We had hundreds of young people who were signed up for their working papers on the spot. Hundreds of young people signed up for C2L, for summer jobs on the spot. And we were showing them other opportunities. We had resume writing, we had other interviewing skills workshops, because we absolutely must ensure that our young people are prepared for today and for tomorrow. So I want to thank you to the National Center for Urban Solutions, who are our partner in this, Temple University, C2L, and every vendor who showed up, who invested in our youth, because you help open doors for our young people. There were so many resources again there, and we're building on that momentum to ensure that every young person in our city has a fair shot at success. And this past weekend, our office partnered with the Office of Innovation and Technology and again the National Center for Urban Solutions to host a laptop giveaway at the John F. Street Center, putting critical tools directly in the hands of residents. This effort helped bridge the digital divide by expanding access to technology for students, job seekers, and families who need it the most. We will continue advancing partnerships like this to ensure that every Philadelphian has access, can access so they can learn, they can thrive in this digital world. And as a reminder, we also do a food giveaway every Tuesday and every Friday at the John F. Street Center at 11th Poplar. Sign up starts at 8 a.m. You can pick your groceries up at 2 p.m. That is every week. Our office sponsors a food giveaway every Tuesday and every Friday at the John F. Street Center. I also want to thank my colleagues for passing a resolution we introduced today honoring Second Chance Month in the city of Philadelphia, honoring the dignity, potential, and the humanity of all our returning citizens, and reaffirming our commitment to true reentry success. With approximately 25,000 individuals returning home to Philadelphia each year, we must meet this moment with real systems and support, employment pathways, housing access, record clearing, and community-based services that make reentry sustainable. I represent North Philadelphia. This is something that's really real in our community. Whether we are in someone mentioned the criminal legal system, whether we're in it because we did something or not, a lot of times, we still have to provide opportunities for people because they are human. They are literally my friends, my family, my network of people. So I commend all of our reentry professionals, our advocates, our employers, the community organizers who work and who not only to reduce barriers, but strengthen the families, because these people come back to families and communities. They still help improve public safety, and we want to help them rebuild their lives across our city. And finally, Mr. President, today I introduced a package of legislation that modernizes and strengthens Philadelphia's property tax relief programs while protecting long-time homeowners, seniors, and low-income residents. These bills ensure that when a family home is placed in a trust for estate planning purposes, you should not lose your eligibility for the low-income tax freeze or the senior tax freeze or the LOOP program because you're trying to protect your property's value or your family's wealth. That should not happen. This is about keeping families in their homes and preventing unintended tax penalties by aligning our code with how Philadelphians are actually preserving and passing down generational wealth. This is about preserving generational wealth. And each bill maintains a strong safeguards and documentation requirements through the departments, ensuring accountability while removing unnecessary barriers for working families and seniors. Taken together, this legislation is targeted, practical updates that protects affordability, supports aging in place, and preserves stability in our communities. So I look forward to moving these bills through the legislative process to preserve wealth for our low-income individuals in the city of Philadelphia.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Dr. Nina Ahmed.
Thank you, Council President. What a momentous day today. So much happening, and we were serenaded by the Temple University Jazz Band, some of their members, and April is Jazz Appreciation Month, and I wanted to congratulate them again for winning the National Collegiate Jazz Championship. I also want to just underscore that jazz is a uniquely Black American art form. This is a huge contribution in our city, and to showcase that and to look at young people continuing to showcase that is critical for the rest of the world to watch. I want to congratulate my colleagues, Nicholas O'Rourke, Rue Landau, and Kendra Brooks for the bills they got passed, because that is about making Philadelphia a healthier and a stronger city. And as an immigrant, I am very deeply grateful to my colleagues, Kendra Brooks and Rue Landau, for working to make sure that we part of a protected class. So thank you very much for that. And I wanted to now introduce two really important young people here. If you would stand up and come here. So Jadir Cartagena Rivers and Lishan Lux. They are here from Lankanaw High School. They are interning, yes. They have been involved in the fight to save their school and yet finding time to come and do an internship. And they're gonna, again in the evening, go to the school district to fight for their school. And I want to once again underscore, all of this entire plan is problematic, and particularly Lankanaw, given it is the only environmental science curriculum school in this city and one of two in this state. So we need to really slow down this process, ask the board to delay this vote till May 28th, and join my colleagues. I want to thank Council Member Isaiah Thomas, our whip, a majority whip, who has been leading this fight as our chair of the Education Committee, and all of you, all my members who have been participating in it. This is a critical moment for our young people to watch us do the right thing, stand up, even though there are a lot of pressures on us not to make this fight big. So I am grateful to both of you for being here, and all of Lankanaw who has been fighting so hard. And finally, I wanted to talk about two other things coming up. April 28th, I am joining Mayor Parker and the Office of Public Safety to announce the contracted consultants for the anti-human trafficking campaign that was created with the $500,000 investment that I, with support from Council President, was able to secure in our budget. I'm excited to see what comes from this investment and look forward to working closely with our partners to guarantee its success. And another quick note about immigration, I have a bill that is going to come into hearing on May 13th. This is for the T&U visa application, so that I would love all of these advocates to come and support this bill and to really understand how we can safeguard those who are so much at risk, the immigrants so much at risk who need a reprieve. And so that's going to be May 13th. We'll send out more information. And on Friday, this Friday, we have a joint hearing with Councilmember Anthony Phillips. And this hearing is about online grooming and youth safety at 10 a.m. in City Hall, room 400. We will have over 60 young people in attendance, and they're gonna come and testify and tell us what is their experience, but most importantly, they're gonna look at us to see not only get the information, what do we do with this information? So I invite everybody to come to this really important hearing at room 400, again, 10 a.m. on Friday, and let good things happen in Philadelphia. We proved that today. Thank you.
Councilman Ketsi Lozada.
Thank you, Council President. First, I'd like to begin with reminding everyone that tomorrow at 1100 East Erie Avenue, Community Academy of Philadelphia, we're hosting our 3rd annual Your Future Youth Fair from 10 a.m. to 12. We're going to have all types of resources to prepare young people to different employment this summer. Paperwork for work permits and apprenticeship program representatives will be available, so we encourage everyone to take advantage of that. If my colleagues' offices are interested in being a vendor there, please let us know. We still have space and capacity. You're all welcome to join us. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of my colleagues for their work on ICE Out, Safe and Healthy Homes. It is because of you that the immigrant community will feel much safer in their own neighborhoods. Gracias a ustedes que se tomaron la oportunidad de constantemente llegar aquí y participar de esta legislación. Filadelfia hoy es una ciudad más segura por su participación. Felicidades.
Yeah. Chair recognizes Councilwoman Jamie Gaultier.
Thank you, Council President. I want to start with an invitation to colleagues and staff. Today, we are hosting the Cameroonian Association of Philadelphia, who has set up a food tasting with us just to make us aware of this community's presence in Philadelphia.
Immigrants, right?
Excuse me?
Immigrants, right?
Yes, yes. So they want to make us aware of their community and also the wonderful food that comes out of their community. So it should be set up by now in the caucus room, and I invite everyone to go over and enjoy. Secondly, I want to say that this is such a great and important day for lawmaking in the city of Philadelphia. I want to give sincere thanks to my colleagues, Minority Leader Kendra Brooks, Minority Whip Nicholas O'Rourke, Councilmember Rue Landau, and between the ICE Out legislation and Safe and Healthy Homes, this council has taken extraordinary steps to protect some of the most vulnerable people in our city, and it makes me really proud to be a part of this body. I also want to thank all of the advocates who have poured their passion, their stories to inform this legislation and who have championed these legislative pieces from start to finish and all the way across the finish line. Congratulations to all of us.
Thank you very much. Also want to take a moment to acknowledge one of our council president's staff that will be moving on. He's responsible for making sure that a lot of our work we're doing is documented, that we have good content, as well as pictures, and that's Darrell Hospital. Can you give him a round of applause? He's like the photographer for the stars, and so he has a great future ahead of him. Thank you for your dedication and your hard work for telling the story of City Council. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause, everyone, please. At this time, the chair calls on my majority whip, Isaiah Thomas, for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Council President, and congratulations to all of my colleagues as well as the advocates. With that being said, Mr. President, I move that Council stands adjourned until Thursday, April 30th, 2026 at 10 a.m.
It has been moved and properly seconded that Council stand adjourned on Thursday, April the 3rd, 2026 at 10 a.m. All those in favor will signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, and this motion carries. Thank you all very much.